Hello and welcome to the Kuribros, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime recap podcast. I'm your host Phoenix, and come take me by the hand, lead me to the land. Join me, my co-host, can't you understand? It's Andy. How you doing, Andy?
Ocean Man. Do, 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 do. Boop, boop.
My favorite part
So-
of that is the music videos, just scenes from Creature from the Black Lagoon.
So I was wondering that because I was looking at the music video before we were recording, and I was like, is this just all the music video is, or is this just like a fan-made thing?
It could be either. I actually watched Creature from the Black Lagoon back when like The Shape of Water was like before it came out, because I heard that it took a lot of inspiration from it. And I actually really like Creature from the Black Lagoon as like just a movie now. Also, this is like a little bit of trivia I got from my dad, which I haven't verified at all, but he said that Clint Eastwood, that was like the first movie he ever appeared in as like a extra in like a science lab.
Huh. Let me see if that's true.
If it's wrong, then my dad is unpredictably, or absolutely predictably, a liar, which is where I get it from.
Is that where you get it from?
I actually do think my tendency to lie is a lot more homegrown, just made that up myself. However, I could also be lying.
So he is in Revenge of the Creature, aka Return of the Creature, and Return of the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay, so he's in the second one.
So yeah, he is a lab technician Jennings, uncredited role. A lot of his movie roles are uncredited for the first couple of years.
That's usually how it starts for a lot of actors, at least back in the day. And now it's just like, do they have a social media following? Put them in everything. Were they a Disney star on something? Put them in everything.
He was a Navy medic in all boats.
We're not here to talk
don't know
about the
anyone.
filmography of Clint Eastwood. We're here to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime
Yu-Gi-Oh?
and the manga. But no manga, because we're in the Waking the Dragon, Seal of Orichalcos arc, wherein there is no manga to compare because it's all filler. Last time, we covered the duels between Joey and Valen, which Andy has called Armor Wars, which was a sick little Iron Man story. And then we had the match immediately after that, which was Joey versus Mai, where Joey fucking died. Also, Valen died before that, but we care less about him.
It's funny. We even started to care a little bit more about him at the end there.
It's really crazy how much I did not give a shit about Valen and didn't want to. And then I finally got to see him, and he's like, no, I kind of like dueling this Joey guy. He's cool. I was like, fuck, he's all right. And then he dies. Which, actually, I kind of feel the opposite about the Alistair one, because I thought his sucked.
That's what I mean. The Alistair one sucked the most. This Joey one it was okay. It was it got better as it went on. At first it was kind of what the fuck ever. But as we kind of moved on with it, it got really fun. That but I will actually say this for the one we did this time, I think this was probably the best of the three, for sure.
I think it was definitely the most straightforward of it all. It was very clear, they were going to have a rematch. We're covering Rafael versus the Pharaoh round 2, by the way. It was very clear that they were going to have another duel. The stakes are all set up. It's understood that we'd have to go Rafael to get to darts. Everything about this is, clean and laid out. We're doing round 2 by numbers.
Yeah, but at least, it's the one that's the most properly fleshed out, so I think it hits emotionally the hardest.
Yeah, Rafael, we've had, the most involvement with him. We've understood his beef with the Pharaoh the longest.
The problem with the Alistair Kaiba one is there was stuff to explore there, but they didn't take enough time to explore it. The thing with Joey and Valen was a little more simple. That one I think was fleshed out, I think just enough for it to work a little bit. Maybe it could have been, at least maybe it could have made Valen a little more, I don't know, his backstory wasn't super interesting. Maybe if we kind of put something there, maybe hit a little bit more of the emotional weight with Mai and Valen and that love triangle, that could have been a little more interesting, or friendship triangle, or whatever you want to say with it. But it got there, it had its moments.
Valen and Mai come up to Joey from across the bar and said, hey, we hate your vibes.
Literally.
Joey says, why'd I say fuck me?
The fuck? I would thought I was a good friend to you, Mai. Go dress up and punch that guy who loves me. but like in the end it worked, and it kind of stuck the landing.
It stuck the landing until this episode.
Where Rafael, like the Rafael stuff was pretty fleshed out. It's honestly even more fleshed out in the sub than it is the dub, as we've kind of talked about when they did the first duel. But they had the first duel. A lot of it's like kind of the parallels between, I think, Yugi and Rafael, and how in this one kind of Yugi's mistakes kind of are blown back into Rafael's face. And it's just kind of, I think since they had pretty much the whole season to kind of brew to this point, it kind of pays off pretty well. So, yeah, I will probably say so far this has been my favorite duel of the arc, and it was like probably the most enjoyment I've had out of this season so far.
It's a pretty good one, and we've vamped for a while and talked about Clint Eastwood as we're legally obliged to. So, without further adieu, as the French say when they're being obnoxious and doing bad French accent, I will take us away into episode 174, the first part of this 3-part duel. The episode opens up with the squad coming upon Joey's limp body propped up against a chain link fence. Taya sees Valen's body is also there and wonders how both Valen and Joey have lost their souls, and Tristan is quick to accuse Mai of killing them both. I'm going to say killing because it's funnier. Pharaoh says the one who's really responsible for this is Darts, and he runs off to the Paradius building alone. As he enters the lobby of the building, he sees an elevator is descending, and he prepares himself to face whoever's inside, but is surprised when the doors open to reveal Mai, who collapses, but is fortunately caught before hitting the ground. I don't know how she was standing during the elevator ride if she'd lost her soul, but it was a decent scene to build tension, and also keeps up the show's trend of shitting on Mai but not letting her do things. I'm not upset, you're upset.
I think you're the one who's upset.
Not upset, I said it in the notes, that means it's true.
It's in writing.
The Pharaoh takes the elevator up to the roof, by which I mean he actually walks in, sees the button to go to the roof has already been pressed, and it just takes him there. So we don't know if he knows how to work elevators. Which I think may have been a bit I made once before.
Oh, maybe.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Someone go back and look.
He prepares his cards as he ascends. Rafael is waiting for him on the roof, and he gives the Pharaoh Joey's Claw of Hermos card, saying that Mai and Joey would have wanted him to have it, which is, sure.
I mean, it's true. They would have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Still weird to do it.
I think he probably shouldn't have.
I think they would have liked to have not die, personally.
Yeah, really? Well, that too.
The Pharaoh blames Rafael for Joey and Mai's condition, but Rafael says Mai is the only one that he beat of the two, and that Joey was beaten by Mai because she did. And he himself took down Mai because she had turned against Darts, because I wrote that weird in my notes, so everyone's up to speed now on who killed who. It still doesn't explain how she got in the elevator and was standing upright.
I think maybe she did. He was like, "Hey, can you go in that elevator real quick while we duel?" She's like, "Okay, why?" And then he beats her.
Well, we see a brief scene of Mai engaging Rafael in a duel in the Paradius group board meeting room long table chairs, and she's defeated there and collapses to her knees there. So it just doesn't add up.
Well, the Seal of Orichalcos works in weird ways, as we've seen.
It sure fucking does, man. And we'll talk about those at the end of these episodes.
Okay, so we're going to really talk about that, aren't we?
Yeah, it's stupid. Pharaoh asks Rafael if he feels anything at all for the people who have lost their souls, talking about Pegasus, Mai, Joey, Rex, Weevil, Alistair, and Valen, and Rafael says that he's accepted that this is the price that it has to pay for Darts' plan to work. We cut back to Taya and Tristan, who Tristan is carrying Joey's body, and they are almost run over by Kaiba and Mokuba in the recently acquired sportsmobile that they have.
Which they legally acquired.
They bring them up to speed.
There's a legal bill of sale.
The Kaiba bros are brought up to speed on the situation, and then the group evades a swarm of angry rats by jumping up onto a fire escape.
Haunting. A new nightmare, if you will.
There's no explanation for why there's a swarm of evil rats. There's no explanation of why they jump from trash cans onto the fire escape when there are stairs connecting it to the sidewalk, so they could have just taken 2 more steps and turned to the right to get up those. Who fucking knows? But right now we go back to the Pharaoh and Rafael as they thump chests at each other about destiny and blah 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 blah, take their places to start a duel. Rafael goes first, and he plays Guardian Treasure to discard 5 cards and let himself draw 2 cards, and then draw 2 at each of his draw steps as long as this card is in play. He then summons backup Gardna and sets 1 card before passing, and I'm pretty sure this is the exact same opener he used in their first duel.
They used a lot of stuff as repeats from the first duel, as you may notice in 2 episodes from now.
Yep. The Pharaoh summons Queen's Knight in defense mode and passes. Rafael's turn, he plays Gravity X Grarl, which lets him cheat and special summon Guardian Grarl onto the field. He then uses backup Gardner to transfer the Axe to Grarl, and then attacks, destroying Queen's Knight, and passes his turn. Pharaoh plays Monster Reborn, reviving Queen's Knight, then normal summons King's Knight, which its effect of being summoned when Queen's Knight is on the field lets him special summon Jack's Knight. Once all 3 knights are on the field, the Pharaoh plays Brave Attack, which Rafael remembers is how the Pharaoh destroyed Obelisk when he dueled that guy from the start of the arc whose name I can't remember.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You know that guy.
I know that guy. I don't know his name at all.
Yeah, he was the guy with the monocle.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna look back in notes to try and find it.
Yeah, I thought about looking back. I don't care enough. It's monocle guy.
He's monocle beard man.
Rafael activates Guardian Force, which lets him destroy a spell card if he has no guardians in his graveyard, and this somehow stops Brave Attack for some reason. They're playing by the Playground Yu-Gi-Oh! Rule of Mystical Space Typhoon negating cards if it destroys them, which is not how that works.
Yeah.
Rafael decides it's his turn now, and he plays Butterfly Dagger Elma, a banned card, forbidden card. Can never play that card again because it can infinitely recur itself.
What? Wait, what?
Butterfly Dagger Elma has the effect of when it goes to the graveyard, you can put it back in your hand.
But you can always do that.
Yeah, for free.
For free? For free? No payment? You don't have to pay any money?
I'm pretty sure. I think that was a part of a Exodia deck with Butterfly Dagger Elma and Royal Magic Library. Butterfly Dagger Elma. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard while equipped, you can return this card to the hand. So there was some loop you could do with Royal Magic Library, which responds to spell cards being played by getting counters, remove enough counters to draw a card, and you would just keep looping, playing Butterfly Dagger Elma, destroying it to draw your entire deck. You're playing Exodia, you win.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's why Dagger is banned forever.
Okay, well that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Anyway, this also allows Rafael to cheat by just playing Guardian Elma, and her effect is when she's put into the field, she can equip herself with a equip card from the graveyard, which is Guardian Shield. And then backup Gardna does its thing, putting the dagger onto her proper. Rafael attacks the Queen's Knight and the King's Knight with Elma and Grarl respectively, destroying them and putting the Pharaoh to 2,500 life points. On the Pharaoh's turn, he activates 5-star Twilight, tributing his level 5 Jack's Knight to summon the 5 Kuribros brothers.
Woo!
The Pharaoh then discards a trap card to activate Kuriboo's effect, which lets it reduce Grarl's attack points by 1,500 points until the end of the turn. Pharaoh then uses Kuriba's effect to merge all the Kuribos into Kuri Babylon. He then follows this up by activating Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy the Gravity Axe, weakening Grarl even further. Kuri Babylon attacks, but Rafael uses the effect of the Guardian Shield equipment, letting it be destroyed to prevent Grarl from being destroyed by the battle, but still taking the damage. Pharaoh sets 1 card and passes. As he passes turn, the Pharaoh calls out that he doesn't think Rafael will use the Seal of Orichalcos in this duel, because it would cause him to care less about his monsters. And like the Pharaoh did in their duel when he was just throwing them all away in the Catapult Turtle, a monster that's purpose is to throw away monsters. He doesn't think Rafael will be willing to do this, activating the Seal of Orichalcos, and care less about his monsters, when, apart from just his general strategy of keeping monster cards out of his graveyard, Rafael cares very deeply for the Guardians in general, and doesn't want to see them destroyed. Rafael says, "Wanna bet?" and plays the Seal of Orichalcos.
So, this confuses me a little bit because
it's never been established as a problem with the seal before.
I know. Well, so not even just that, because it kind of has in the sense of like you see the monsters taking effect with it, and you do end up, getting a case of the grumpies when you play that card, as we've seen with anyone who has played that card. But Rafael never had a problem with like playing it with his monsters to begin with. Did he not play the Seal of Orichalcos in Mai's duel?
We never actually saw the duel, so we don't know.
Is this the first time he's ever played the Seal of Orichalcos ever? I doubt it.
It's the first time. Well, we see him play it in a weird pseudo dream flashback later, but we have not seen adult Rafael play the Seal of Orichalcos before. We can assume he has, because he's a member. He's like the leader of the 3 Musketeers of Paradius or whatever, a group that has absolutely existed before, a week ago when this arc started.
Yeah, they've definitely been like around, I guess. I don't know. There's just
I don't know either.
It feels like they make it seem like he's never played the card, or he has a problem whenever he plays the card, which I feel like would be brought up sooner. But I guess the one thing I could say is maybe the duels he has used the Orichalcos in, he hasn't had to go like full battle mode with it. Like he just like hits them with the Guardian Eatos and just gets the win, or maybe just whoever he's still in the soul of suck. So he just probably needs to get out Growl, and they're like, fuck, what do I do? I don't know. Could be a lot of things.
It's a load of barnacles, if you ask me.
Yes, it is.
Down in the lobby, the Kyber brothers and the living members of the Friendship Squad arrive and find Mai, not propped up against a chain link fence, just a wall next to an elevator. They take this elevator up just in time to see the seal of Orichalcos envelop the Pharaoh and Rafael, and the episode ends. Yay.
Rafael is so powerful, he had to face God and his 4 divine brothers twice, and they were fused together twice, and will be 3 times.
Rafael is not, however, powerful enough to get away from animation going off of base design, as I sent you a picture of a shot of Rafael's like side profile with a very tiny face.
And a really big chin.
Oh, he's like the Crimson Chin.
Did you?
Jay Leno.
I said he looked like an AI generated Lieutenant Surge if they put him in as like a Yu-Gi-Oh style. You know those really terrible AIs.
He's gonna play Guardian Grok.
Oh no. And we're sued. Nintendo got us.
Nintendo would absolutely just kill us.
I mean, they probably have the means. I don't want them to.
Oh, absolutely.
I give them money. I don't know if I'll give
They
them.
probably just team up with Boeing and try and do like 2 birds with 1 stone, where Boeing's got someone they want taken out, and so they just have them crash that plane into you and me.
Oh, smart. That's a genius way to do it. So if that ever happens to us, you know who did it.
Yeah, if I'm ever taken out, but I just remembered. Like we've mentioned before that we are like Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but I guess now we have.
Yeah, we have. We live in Pennsylvania. There have been a lot of plane crashes happening around your area. By a lot, I mean at least one.
Yeah, there have been, but
they're getting a little closer with everyone.
Yeah, whoa, it's getting scary. Yeah, no, that's been happening. That's been happening a lot, but that's okay.
Also near me.
Yeah, you too. There've been a couple significant ones in around the areas of our respective living situations.
You know what? Feels weird to say it. Best case scenario is there is some mega corporation trying to take you and me out, and not just wild incompetence in the field of aviation.
I guess that's a positive way to do it. There's there's a mega corporation out to get us.
Yeah. The best way to look at it is this is on purpose. If not, oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no, it's definitely not just the general incompetence of a lot of different things, probably. I don't know.
Gestures vaguely at all of it.
just there's a lot of people looking at ChatGPT for the amount of people who I see going ask Grok or Gronk, however you say that fucking Twitter AI's name, and they go like, "Hey, explain this picture that's in front of me." What do you mean? It's right fucking there. You could read it. Just, take 7 seconds.
The average level of reading comprehension has gone so far down over the years.
Yeah, and we're probably enough to prove it too.
Hey man, I read every damn day.
I can't read.
I read book.
I can't read, so let me read off my notes real quick as we move on to episode 175, the part 2 of this duel. Good segue? But terrible segue.
Nah, crushed it.
We come back to the duel as Rafael has just played the super evil bad guy magic card after Yami begged him not to. Yami is upset as he did not want the duel to come down to who loses their soul, like a good guy. Tristan realizes Yami is doing the same person who beat him last time, which causes Kaiba to perk up like a puppy hearing that their dinner plop in their food bowl. Rafael has Growl, who is now powered up, attack Super God, and they all get destroyed, but Yami reveals a trap card, Rope of Life, to bring back Curry Babylon after discarding his entire hand. Rafael places the card face down and ends the turn. As the friends relay any information a channel surfer just tuning in might not be privy to, Kaiba is hyper-fixated on the fact that this is Yami's chance to win back his title as the best duelist, as if that is the real problem everyone is facing right now. I think Duel Monsters has broken Kaiba's brain. Oh wait, I think Yami actually did that in the first episode. Yami starts his turn by separating his fused god to the 5 god brothers so they can make a new form. They bounce around the field and form Curry Bandit, which is a pirate god, kind of like that one stretchy guy in that one anime. I think it's called Bleach. Yami then plays the Dark Magic Curtain spell card, which allows him to summon Dark Magician by giving up half of his life points. Yami is now down to 500 life points. Yami has Dark Magician attack Guardian Elma, but Rafael counters with Guardian Formation Trap card, which saves his monster by sending her to the back row, so Yami has to destroy the front row of monsters first. Tristan calls Rafael a coward, but Kaiba thinks to himself that it was actually a good move, as Rafael knows how to take advantage of the bad guy's card power. So Tristan, shut the fuck up. Rafael plays Celestial Sword Iatos, so he can draw 2 cards and then summon Guardian Iatos. Or he draws 2 cards and then is able to summon Guardian Iatos. I think he draws it. I can't remember. Iatos gets influenced by the Orichalcus and has a bit of a mood shift as its wings turn black and they have a devilish smirk on their face. Yami even points this out and Rafael shrugs it off as he says it's now more powerful than ever. Yami sacrifices his Curry Bandit to draw 5 new cards, but then he has to discard any monster cards he had drawn. Yami discards 3 monsters, which adds on to the power of Iatos to 7,000 attack points. Iatos makes his attack on Dark Magician, which would be the final blow for Yami, when suddenly Iatos' sword becomes stone and crumbles, and their attack points go down to 3,000. Yami explains to the shocked Rafael that one of the monsters he discarded was Electromagnetic Turtle, which ended the battle phase and stopped his attack. Yami tells Rafael to take this advice from him that betraying your monsters only backfires in the end. Yami takes his turn and summons Big Shield Gardna in defense mode and switches his Dark Magician to defense and ends his turn with a face down. Rafael says he can't just stall for time as he has Iatos attack Dark Magician again, but one of the oldest tricks in Yugi's arsenal bails him out yet again as he reveals magical hats to protect his Dark Magician. Rafael uses Elma to destroy another hat, which is empty, and Growl takes the 50-50 shot but gets it wrong and Dark Magician is saved. Rafael is frustrated and plays Rod of Silence to summon Guardian Chaist to end his turn. Yami's next move is to play Graceful Charity, which allows him to draw 3 cards and discard 2. And with this probably being an all or nothing move, the heart of cards needs to be with Yami like never before. He makes his draw and has drawn Eye of Timaeus to merge with Dark Magician to summon Amulet Dragon, which is just Dark Magician riding on top of a Timaeus who now has symbol tattoos all over them. Amulet Dragon's ability gives them 300 points for every magic card in Yami's graveyard, which is a total of 8. So Amulet Dragon is up to 5,400 attack points. Yami has his new monster Destroy Iatos, which causes Rafael to have an episode as he sees his monster fade away. The bad guy card starts pulsating on the field as Rafael is burning with anger at his favorite monster being destroyed. Kaiba thinks it's a glitch in the hologram, because he just cannot believe any magic shit ever happens ever. Rafael explains that Iatos is a monster made of light, and when it's destroyed, it is replaced by a creature of darkness. As Rafael is explaining this, he raises his head to reveal the Orichalcos symbol on his forehead blinking red, and a creature emerges from the ground who is called Guardian Dreadscythe. Rafael boosts his new monster strength with the magic card Reaper Scythe, which gains 500 attack for every monster in his graveyard. Yami is shocked as Rafael usually hates having his monsters in his graveyard, but Rafael says he despises Yami even more, so he's willing to sacrifice his monsters to win. So he's full.
It's also just smart to have a pivot and not just rely on one strategy.
Well, that would be the logical, realistic way to do it, but you know,
it's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby.
It's anime Yu-Gi-Oh, so they all have to have heart of the card.
Oh,
pride.
I just realized this is the exact same thing Pegasus had with Toon World.
What?
Where he was playing tunes, and then Yugi gets rid of Toon World, and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to play fucked up flesh beasts now.
Well, I mean, at least his is still within the theme. Like, he just went from cute, lovable, evil toon monsters to, all right, here's this fucking millennium-looking bullshit. Rafael brings his Dreadscythe into attack mode and sacrifices all his other monsters to boost Dreadscythe's attack strength, which adds up to 5,500 attack points. Yami tells Rafael that Orichalcos is clouding his judgment, but Rafael is too overcome by hate to care as he now has the stronger monster. Rafael attacks Amulet Dragon and destroys it, leaving Yami with 300 life points and no monsters to protect him. Yami is still calm as he makes his draw, which is pointed out by the peanut gallery, but Kaiba is kind of skeptical about it. Yami plays Card of Sanctity for both players to draw until they have 6 cards in their hand. Yami summons Wadapon thanks to Wadapon's effect for, I believe it's if it's drawn, you can automatically summon it. Like if it's...
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I believe. I remember that.
And I think this is the first actual like main show appearance of Wadapon
No, I believe...
post movie.
No.
Or did he play Wadapon in the duel with Monocle Guy?
Yes. It's that or... Yes. It's that or
Hey, look at Monocle Guy, still being relevant.
Like, well...
Well, he's dead, and we left him on that roof. But other than that,
look at that. Look at him. He's doing stuff. We brought him back twice.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I'm not gonna look up his name.
They never recovered his body, and we'll never remember him. But he's Monocle Guy. Anyway, Yami summons Wadapon thanks to that draw effect, and sacrifices to summon Dark Magician Girl, so it's a legal normal summon in defense mode, and ends with it. Well, that's not legal. He should do it face down if it was real Yu-Gi-Oh, but. He ends with a face down card. Rafael plays Obedience, which allows Rafael to switch Dark Magician Girl's battle position when he uses Dread Scythe to attack, so Yami will lose the duel. Dread Scythe goes in for the attack, but Yami reveals Magical Pigeon, or is it Magical Pigeon Hat? One of the two. To protect her for 1 turn. It basically does Magical Hat, but like straightforward and just kind of cuts the 3 other attack bullshit. Rafael plays 2 cards face down and ends his turn. Rafael asks Yami, what's the point in stalling? The duel is stacked in his favor, which Yami acknowledges, but it does not mean he has any right to give up hope. Yami says his belief in the heart of cards and himself is stronger than any old dinky one-off bad guy card. Rafael reminds Yami has given into that same darkness, but Yami remembers he was able to overcome it, and now he plans to help Rafael do the same. Yami draws for turn and sees he has a card that can help him. He wants to do what Yugi did for him, for Rafael. Yami points out how Rafael reacted to Yatos being destroyed as an example of what the Orichalcos card influence does to someone. The darkness has taken control, and Yami does not believe Rafael is someone who would normally act like this, and now he must face that darkness himself as the only way to save himself. Rafael is unmoved by Yami's words, which causes Yami to move to action instead of words as he reveals Underworld Circle, which causes both their monsters to disappear from the field as shadow surrounds the Orichalcos field. The cheer squad wonder what's happening as they now can't see the duel as the episode ends. Oh, Curry Bandit says Bandito when it's summoned?
Yeah, he says Bandito.
What? I don't think he says that in the thing.
Yeah, it's very adorable, just Bandito.
Oh, I love that. My little pirate god.
Well, bandit.
Bandit god. Looks like a pirate. He's got the
It's not a monster. It's a god.
I think about what would happen if the god cards weren't like taken away. Would he have like steamrolled everyone?
Well, it's not even like he did steamroll his duels when he did have the god cards, but to be fair, a lot of those were against other people who had god cards, and
That's what
also
I mean.
Bakura, who did die immediately when faced with Slifer.
So yeah, he probably would have.
So I'm gonna say yeah.
He probably would have rolled Raphael if he had at least Slifer in his deck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Hey, nice guardian monster, second mouth blast.
that's so true. Oh, cool. You destroyed one of them? Here's Obelisk. I'm going to sacrifice 2 of these monsters to give them infinite attack points. Stop that. All right, well, let's get to the finale of this 3-part duel in episode 176. We open on the episode with lightning striking from above the Shadow Orichalcos field as the cheer squad recap what has been happening for those tuning into the episode. We close in to see Yami walking around a graveyard as he is wondering if this is another Orichalcos vision. He realizes the card he used allows him to bring back monsters he lost, so this might be the monster card graveyard. He then hears Rafael, who is nearby, as they both see someone running towards them. It is revealed to be a younger version of Rafael who is running away calling for help. Rafael chases his youth while Yami chases after Rafael. They end up at a row of graves when they hear Darts' laughter. This is the memory of when Rafael first met Darts, and we see how Darts manipulates Rafael into doing his bidding. I assume those graves are his family, as I'm pretty sure they died in the sub. But it's more like...
Keep reading your notes, and once you're done, I'll tell you how it's different.
No, man.
Oh, buddy, it's different.
But I mean, I didn't like go fully into it, so there's probably stuff there that's similar, but oh, buddy. So, but it's more like a they forgot you since the accident in the dub type story beat. Darts tells Raph.
Go ahead, say it with a straight face.
I don't think I can.
I dare ya.
I don't think I can. Oh my god. Darts tells Rafael to dig until he finds what he needs to get his new life, which is a duel disc. Guardiatos appears, but Darts tells him to forget that creature as it is a part of his past. Rafael then puts on his new duel disc and draws his bad guy card and plays it to symbolize his new start to his bad guy life. Guardiatos watches sadly until the Orichalcos pushes Yatos away and brings forth Guardian Dreadscythe. Dart says this is the creature that's created by the rage in Raphael's heart, and it will always be with him.
So, when Rafael was digging in the sub, he did not dig and find a dual disc. He dug and found the skulls of his dead family. He pulled them up, had a mental breakdown, screaming and crying. Iatos descended and took them from him as a way to, like, I guess, alleviate the pain of your family's dead. And then I think Iatos was turned into Dreadscythe either by Darts or by Raphael's grief. And the dual disc was just dropped into the hole that Rafael dug by hand, by the way, just clawing at the dirt.
Yes, he clawed
to, like, try and get to his family.
Yes, but the dual disc was already uncovered with his deck.
No, it wasn't.
Well, no, it wasn't in the sub. Wow.
Hey, real quick, this is kind of fucked up, huh?
It's significantly better, though. It makes more sense. This looks stupid.
Oh, yeah.
So the 5 graves he found at the beginning, those his family, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't say what it was. They just had him in front of. I think they were supposed to be more of a
still
symbol.
In like French Latin writing on the graves.
Yeah. Well, that's what the real story is. Whatever the 4Kids bullshit is makes no sense. 4Kids ruined it. 4Kids ruined it.
You don't have to elaborate further. You could just use the blanket statement 4Kids ruined it.
Honestly, it's kind of true, and that's why they're not here anymore. Anyway, Rafael asks Yami if he understands the awesome power of darts. Yami argues that Rafael doesn't even believe darts as he disobeys him often. He told Rafael to get rid of his past, but he still carries the guardian monsters that are from his past life. Yami tries to have Rafael see the reason, but he won't hear it as he brings back Guardian Dreadscythe, which shocks Pharaoh. His magic card was not only supposed to destroy every monster on the field, but remove every monster card from their decks from the game so they can only play with what is in their graveyard. Rafael reveals that discarding a card from his hand activates Dreadscythe's ability to revive itself. Yami reminds him he has monsters in his graveyard to use, while Dreadscythe cuts Rafael off from his monsters, but Rafael is throwing away those monsters to stick with the darkness in Dreadscythe. Yami knows what else he needs to do to save Rafael. Yami brings back Dark Magician and a face-down card to end his turn. Rafael starts his turn, but Yami brings back Jack's Knight to fill his board. This is, I guess he can summon on both his turn and Rafael's turn. I don't know. Dreadscythe makes its attack, but Yami plays 0 gravity to send all attack monsters to defense mode. Rafael responds with a trap of his own in Spirit Hunting to resume his attack and destroy both monsters. Yami draws and brings back Dark Magician Girl and plays Altar of Restoration, which at the cost of 2 cards in his deck allows Yami to bring back Eye of Timaeus to merge with Dark Magician Girl to summon Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Rafael knows Yami's plan as Yami uses the Dragon Knight's ability to just try and destroy Dreadscythe, but it did not work. Yami plays a face-down card to end his turn. Rafael draws and Yami brings back Queen's Knight thanks to his magic card. Rafael activates a magic card by discarding 1 card, which Yami notices is Monster Reborn. Rafael activates the Orichalcos Sword of Sealing and goes in for the attack to destroy Dragon Knight, but it did not send Yami's life points down to 0, but he only has 10 life points left for dramatic effect, while using the same animation he used when he lost the duel in Rafael. Little lazy there, Studio Gallop, but I guess budget cuts need to happen somewhere. He activated a trap card to basically get him there. I don't even remember the name of the card. I just kind of I was like, whatever. Made him 10 life points for dramatic effect. We're good. Yami tells Rafael he will fight till he loses his last life point, and he plans to bring the good out of Rafael as he believes in that good. Yami makes his move and uses his magic card to bring back Big Shield Gardna and follows it up with Pot of Greed. I bet you know what that card does. After drawing his 2 cards, he sees one of them is Claw of Hermos. So he thinks about Joey, and this is, I think, the second time the Yami has drawn into a Joey card to use to help win the duel. He plays the other drawn card called Spiderweb, which allows Yami to use a card from Rafael's graveyard, and he chooses Monster Reborn that he caught Rafael discarding. Yami uses Monster Reborn to summon Guardian Iatos, a monster Rafael deserted. Yami follows up with Joey's super special monster and Claw of Hermos, and merges with Queen's Knight to, I guess, make Goddess Bow to double the attack of Iatos and weaken Dread Scythe to equal their attack strength. Rafael asks what is the point of all this, as they will both be destroyed, but Dread Scythe will return. Yami tells Rafael he has some more surprises in store as he makes his attack. Yami activates the special ability of Goddess Bow, which allows Yami to attack every time Dread Scythe is revived, so Rafael basically has to discard his entire hand and loses his Dread Scythe. Rafael begs for Iatos to come back as his old guardian takes Dread Scythe with them as they leave the field. Yami urges Rafael to see the error of his ways as he once did. Rafael says there's one problem now. The Orichalco still needs a soul, so they need to finish this duel. Rafael takes his turn and uses Underworld Circle to bring back Guardian Growl and activates Soul Charge Magic, which brings back KS, Backup Gardna, and Elma. He can't attack with them and loses 500 life points for each he brought back, causing Rafael to lose the duel, but his graveyard is empty just like he wants it to be. The Orichalcos closes in on Rafael, but Iatos descends from the sky as all his guardian monsters surround him, and he is hugged by his forgotten siblings, who says they will see him soon, as he also sees his parents. Rafael says these are who will always be with him and inside his heart, as he is never alone. His Orichalco stone is destroyed, but Rafael is still here with his soul. Yami has a theory that because his darkness is what fueled the Orichalcos, Rafael defeating that darkness was enough to spare his soul, which is kind of what? I guess he's still important to the plot, maybe, I don't know. But suddenly but suddenly the ground starts shaking as the episode ends. So it didn't stick the landing there.
No, it really didn't. And they did the exact same thing in the sub, where dead family's there and Iatos dispel the Orichalco, soul not taken, there's no darkness in your heart, blah blah blah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is there darkness in Joey's heart? Is that a requirement? Is there some darkness in your heart?
I don't know.
It takes what bullshit are we making up here?
Shouldn't that mean it wouldn't have affected Mai because she had turned against the Orichalcos now and was freed?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, she broke off from that. She realized the error of her ways and defeated that darkness herself.
They really fumbled the bag there in the last bit.
Yeah. I wonder what his role in all this serves. Because
maybe we'll find out in one of the 8 other episodes we're going to cover next time.
Oh yeah, so next time next time's the season finale, guys. We're going to be doing 8 episodes. We're just going to knock it all out because last time we broke it up. We did the final duel and there were 2 after episodes, and boy howdy we fucked up.
Yep.
So we're just going to do a humongo.
We're going to do a big chunky one.
I don't know if we're going to do it in 2 parts, as in
we might record in 2 parts and then release it as one thing.
We don't know what we're doing yet, but we have to figure out how our scheduling is because of how that is. But regardless, to give kind of my thoughts about what we just read and watched and everything, I do stand by my statement that I do think this is probably the best duel so far. I mean, there is the darts duel, but if I remember that duel correctly, that gets incredibly hokey, and it's a very long duel.
Yes.
So I imagine it can't get much better. This is very straightforward. There wasn't a lot of B plot of nothing happening, weighing it down. It's pretty decently paced. Three episodes feels like enough. Like I thought, like, oh, this should be like 4 or 5 since like the Valen one's like 4 or 5. Like this is a bigger duel than that. But I guess they did have, I think, like 3 episodes before with the first rematch, so I guess they didn't need to like space it out as much. But it works that way. I enjoy Rafael as a character. I enjoy him more in the dub, or the sub, I should say, not the dub, definitely, because I understand his motivations a little more, and I can understand that like feeling of like loneliness can be influenced, that like hate and anger in your heart and whatever. So it's like that all kind of makes sense. I hate that ending. I just hate that ending.
Yeah.
I really just, it's like, it's.
And now you're immune to having your soul taken.
For no reason.
Why not?
Like.
Because you redeemed yourself?
Like,
no?
It would have made more sense if he took the stone and punched, like, he's like ripped off and punched the barrier. Like, right at the end there. That would have made more sense. Or where's his ring?
This is a load of barnacles.
Other than that, like, it was very enjoyable. Like, it helped kind of, like, you saw Yami kind of like with that more calmer demeanor about everything. You saw him be more remorseful towards this guy who, in all honesty, you should be more angry towards, and that's kind of nice to see, like, that more calm, collected mind finally winning out over someone who chastised him for being in the darkness and then still coming to that same darkness. Other than, like, that stuff was all good, and it wasn't bogged down by any dumb B plot of like Tristan and Taya having to like play Connect 4 to get through the doors or something. You know, yeah, like, I don't know. Of all the things we've had to complain about with this season, and there weren't like so many things, as like there's definitely more things in other filler arcs. This was probably the most enjoyable of the season. What do you think, Phoenix?
It's pretty good episodes. I liked that we got to see the character growth on his own that the Pharaoh has gone through between his first duel with Rafael and this one. I don't understand what the hell was going on with every character who was not in the duel. What with the rats?
Oh yeah, the rats were crazy.
Yeah, they really didn't explain that one.
It's just evil rats. Rats are evil, apparently.
And they just went weird at the last bit where it's like, and now Rafael keeps his soul. Why? I don't know.
Something must have to pay off in the last 8 episodes, or they wouldn't do it. Maybe they would.
Are we going to get a bit now where now that he's redeemed himself, he's going to go take on darts and he's going to die off screen like Mai did to Rafael?
That actually might be possible. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you anything that happens. The only thing I can remember is Darts is going to play monsters that have some of the people, like Joey, Mai, and like little Yugi's souls in it or something. And I remember Kaiba has the thing where it's like as a CEO of a major corporation, I have to crush souls every day or something. That's all I remember for the entire, that and the fact that they do that really cool, like, Instinct put their dual disc on, or put the dual disc in their deck, and the things activate at the beginning, like the intro shows. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Those are all I know about the darts. And the fact that he has like double, triple Orichalco seals.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling like the darts duel is going to be a lot of him just like, oh, I'm going to have a lot of different ass pool cards that will make this duel even more hard.
And now for some bullshit.
You think you have the upper hand? Here's a third Orichalcos card that we're just revealing now that I have that makes me even more powerful.
Why did Pegasus make these?
I don't think he made these, I'll be honest with you. I think he used them.
Pegasus makes every card lovingly by hand.
I don't think these were ones that he made lovingly by hand. I think the Orichalcos cards are made with Leviathan magic. Orichalcos Leviathan.
Well, on the subject of things lovingly made by hand, this podcast is covered all that there is to say about these episodes. The good, the bad, the Grarl.
The Ocean Man.
The Ocean Man. So now let's take us to our usual outros. You can find me twitch.tv.com/PhoenixFarce, youtube.com, same name. I've just decided that Andy's done talking about the episodes because I'm done talking about them. Where can people find you on the internet, Andy?
You can find me on Instagram at artbypapa_. You can find me on Tumblr at Papa Art. You can find Kuribros on Instagram at Kuribros. You can find us on Twitter at @the_Kuribros. You can find us on YouTube at the Kuribros. That's it. That is the sign off. My name's Andy.
I'm Phoenix.
Giddy up and see you in season 4 finale.
I don't have an end bit here. I'm just keep thinking about Rafael digging up graves by hand and finding skulls completely devoid of flesh.
Or duel
passing them off to a ghost duel monster spirit.
Ocean Man. Bye.
He was the ocean man when he fell off that boat into the ocean.
Oh, you're right.